William Richard Laton. I am an associate professor of hydrogeology in the Department of Geological Sciences at Cal State Fullerton. Back in the early 2000s, I worked with some local drilling firms and some other local suppliers to actually install several groundwater monitoring wells within the Arboretum property. And so over a course of about 12 months, we installed 3 wells down to about 150 to 160 feet, depending which one they were, and several other borings that we conducted geophysical research on, as well as collect core samples or soil samples from the surface all the way down to 160 feet. And so since that time, we've been monitoring the groundwater for both water levels and a little bit of water quality, and trying to see how the water has changed over time beneath the Arboretum. First off, it's close. It's also nice in the fact that Arboretum has been very gracious to allow me to bring in large equipment to do some of these studies, as well as being able to visit on off hours to go do some of our own monitoring, as well as bringing classes in. So by doing all that, it just allows me to do things with my students you could not do otherwise. And it's somewhat special in the fact that there's only 2 other Cal States in the southern portion of California that have any resemblance of a well that they can actually take students out to teach them how to sample, how to drill, how to monitor, and how to conduct research on groundwater. And so from that standpoint, we're kind of special. And adjacent to the Arboretum, we also have a 1,000-foot monitoring well that we share with Orange County Water District. And there we're looking at 1,000 feet, the deepest groundwater monitoring well on a university campus anywhere in the world. So you combine that with what we do with the Arboretum, and both of them really combine nicely to allow us to teach fully our students to be able to understand groundwater, which, as anybody knows or should know, 100% of our drinking water in Orange County comes from the ground. So by analyzing and working with that, certainly it helps us understand what's in the ground, how is it interacting with the subsurface, and where's it coming from and going. The fact is, the Arboretum has been so gracious to allow us to do some things in there that normally you wouldn't be able to do on a campus. And hopefully that continues, because it certainly is something I was brought here back last century to do, was to actually do these kind of studies and bring this kind of skill set to the university so we can train people and to teach them how to work in the real world on this. And obviously water is a resource that is extremely valuable and needed throughout California as well as the West Coast. And certainly our students are now being able to do hands-on work, which is exactly what they would do in the real world. And so being the Arboretum is there, it should be utilized more. There's a lot of really cool geology and water projects that can be done out there beyond even what I'm doing. I know several other universities have come out there and actually utilized our wells for some different isotope and high-end research that are being done at UC Irvine and others. Some of our data is actually utilized by the Orange County Water District for monitoring what's happening in our area. And so it really kind of fills in some of those gaps and holes in North Orange County, but it also allows my students and our students at Fullerton to be able to be part of that process. And certainly at Arboretum, like I said, been there the whole time, from day one, has been able to allow me to do some of these things, which I appreciate because I just can't do them anywhere else on campus other than there.